Hi guys, I'm Silver. Welcome to my channel. I just really wanted to make this video really quickly because I wanted to create a space for discussion about this whole DDG and Halle breakup. Now, DDG and Halle have been together for a good minute. At the beginning, it seemed like they complemented each other so well. I remember they shared this little song of them singing by the river or something, and it was so beautiful. Like, they both had locks, they just bounced off of each other. They were so joyful. It was just beautiful at first. Everyone was kind of on board with it, except the people who maybe thought that, you know, DDG and his ex Ruby Rose were better off together. But for the most part, very peaceful couple. It was until Ruby Rose shared to her, I think it was Instagram or Twitter, exposing private DMs between her and DDG, where basically DDG was trying to slide in her DMs, trying to like link with her, and then she just exposed him. Basically, she just exposed him. It was a big thing on the internet. We've all seen it, and then it died down. You know, Hallie was like, "No, we're good. Like, don't let the enemy like fool you guys. We're good." It just died down. We didn't forget about it, but everyone, they just chose to leave it where it was. Then Haley becomes pregnant. She tries to hide it. The fans caught on so quickly. Like, as soon as that bump started to show, everyone knew that she was pregnant. And she would try, of course, to lie to cover the fact that she was pregnant simply because Hallie is a very private person. We've seen this throughout her years with DDG. She prefers her privacy. So she definitely wanted to keep this baby, on the down low. And last December, baby Halo was born. Beautiful son. Okay, he's so cute. I can't get enough of the Halo memes. He is just adorable. So yeah, after he was born, their relationship seemed a bit more solidified. They were now a family unit. They were doing great together until we heard about some cheating scandals back in June. That's when you started to hear some cheating scandals, Ruby Rose and DDG being in the same fashion show, people saying that they flew out to see each other or he's flying out girls to come see him. All sorts of cheating allegations rose against DDG because at that point, fans were very displeased with him. They thought he wasn't good enough for Halle. He got her pregnant with no ring. They thought that, he baby trapped her because it was the height of her career. She just finished the movie The Little Mermaid and then The Color Purple. So she was really hitting it. She was really on top of her game. And a lot of people feel like maybe he baby trapped her. For me, I don't think so because she had full control over her body. If she didn't want the baby and if she didn't want to have a baby, she could have chosen that. So I don't think it was a one-sided thing. I think they both consented to having a kid, like just conceiving a kid. So that's really weird how people want to say like he's baby trapping her when she's a grown adult. She made that decision and she loves her son. That is so strange to me. But yeah, it wasn't only that. It wasn't only the cheating allegations. It wasn't only the fact that he got her pregnant with no ring or no sign of like of marriage, no engagement ring, nothing. But also the way that he acted when her Little Mermaid movie was premiering. He made some weird tweets about, her co-star on his spam account, on his one of his spam accounts. And then he later tried to cover it up and say, "Oh, it's not me, that wasn't me," which really gave goofy vibes. Like, you're a grown man and you're doing things like maybe a 16-year-old, even a 13-year-old probably wouldn't even want to do. That's something maybe a 10-year-old would do. So he was giving very goofy vibes. No one was taking him seriously, especially because Hallie's career was way better than his. Okay, he's a YouTuber plus rapper. He's really trying to make a name for himself, and I think he's doing a good job. I'm not going to say he's a bad rapper or anything like that. I'm not going to try to hate on him. But it was very clear that Halle, she was the power. Like, she was the breadwinner in the terms of she had two great movies that, aside from the Color Purple drama, was doing great. Well, The Little Mermaid was doing great. She had good checks from those movies. Okay, she has a successful like singing career, and her acting career is also successful, as I previously mentioned. So they really saw DDG as a Dusty, even though he makes his own money, even though he, definitely isn't poor, he has his money. They still see him as a Dusty because of his behavior. So now that with the announcement of this breakup, some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so deeply heartbroken because regardless of what haters might have said, they still thought that this was a beautiful relationship. I mean, their son was so great, and not to mention DDG has been such a present father, and because he was such a present father, we got to see so many memes with Halo, and yeah, he's just been a present father. So a lot of people really admired their relationship and their family unit, and now that they're broken up, the haters are getting their chance to rejoice. And I'm not going to say that the haters are completely delusional or anything. They had some valid points about, getting her pregnant without a ring, um, him being goofy, him being a cheater. Like, they had a reason. Okay, so I'm not going to say that the haters are being unreasonable. They had reason to hate. They had a reason to hate. I'm going to try to stay neutral. But I would say they had a reason behind their thoughts. So, yeah, DDG made a post to his Instagram last Friday just announcing their breakup. Post reads, Dear friends and supporters, after much reflection and heartfelt conversation, Haley and I have decided to go our separate ways. This decision was not easy, but we both believe it's the best path forward for both of us. After the time we've spent together and the love we've shared. Despite the changes in our relationship, our love for each other remains deep and true. We are still best friends and adore each other. As we focus on our individual journeys and our roles as co parents, we cherish the bonds we've built and the beautiful moments we've shared. As we navigate this transition, we ask for your understanding and support. Thank you for your love and encouragement. DDG heart emoji. I Okay, so a lot of fans they don't agree with the fact that he had to make this post, but a lot of people were down his neck. He had to make that post, or else anyone he's with would think he's cheating on Halle, and that would like ruin his public image even further. So I think he's really stepping up into being a bit more, grown, a bit more mature, and I love that. A lot of people are hating the fact that he announced it, but I mean like he's no longer with Halle. He does not owe it to her to keep anything private. He does not owe any of that to her. So if he wants to say, hey, I'm broken up with her, that is completely okay because he did it in such a respectful manner. And also, if he wants to start dating again, if he wants to start dating again, I mean, he needs to make it clear, hey, I'm not with anyone, you know? Because if he just went about dating, people would always say, he's cheating, he's cheating, he's cheating. So I definitely can see why he released this statement because Halle broke up, like Halle is broken up with, but so is DDG. DDG is just sharing his side of the story. He's not saying, Halle's this, Halle's that. So I don't understand why the haters, or not the haters, but people who are, just people who disagree or don't like DDG, I don't understand why they're being so hard on him for this post when it made complete sense. Anyways, I'm just going to share some other TikTok right now that, might share differing opinions or they might share the same opinions, but it's just to further the discussion. And I would love to see, just any discussion going on in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on what's happening, what's going on. Personally, if I were to give my opinion on the matter, I feel like they might just end up back together because Kiki Palmer and her boyfriend that was so abusive, so bad for her, she took him to court. They took each other to court. She ended up back with him. And I see a lot of celebrities, and not even celebrities, people in day to day life, they will go through the breakup and then they'll get back together, uh, especially if it's a messy breakup. This breakup was not messy, I would say. It was not messy, so there's a chance that they're not going to get back together. But if they get back together, I would not be surprised. I definitely would not be surprised. Regardless, I'm wishing both DDG and Halle the best because they're real human beings. I'm not going to hate on these people. I'm just trying to share the information and share opinions and thoughts that others might have. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the other TikToks, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm out until next video, and see you next time. Bye.
I feel bad for DDG, bro. I seen so many people say, "Yo, he's pranking. He's trying to do this for views." Y'all want me to tell y'all the real behind this, man? And I did speak to DDG, but I knew most of his. I went to him with information because I knew a couple things, but I ain't say it because DDG my man's. But I did confirm with him yesterday. It is in fact over between DDG and Halle Bailey. There is no prank. And I was saddened watching this on the Shade Room because there was so many people. They were like, "Yo, he's a clout chaser. Why did he have to announce it?" I felt bad for DDG this entire relationship. And I'm gonna tell you why. He met a woman, loved her, she loved him, and decided to settle down. The entire relationship, he was getting bullied and harassed by other women. You ain't good enough for our queen. You ain't shit. You don't deserve her. You goofy. You probably cheating. I linked up and I met DDG. Was in Miami. Man, DDG wouldn't even take a picture with a girl. I almost called him pussy. Why? This guy in love. I get it. All good. This is one of them times that a relationship has not helped him. Ari and Moneybag Yo has helped Moneybag Yo. Most relationship help the nigga. This relationship has only got people to talk shit about DDG. DDG did not benefit from this. And yesterday, when he decided to post this breakup letter, if you want to call it, I understood it. Because what y'all haven't known is that they've been separated for a while. This is facts. I'm telling you this is fact. They've been separated for a while. You just didn't know. A lot of people on Shade Room didn't know. They're usually pretty quiet. They keep their business to themselves. I don't know if she's fucking with other people, but she's living her life. She's around. She's having fun, hanging around celebrities. There's videos and pictures to proof. I won't even pull it up. Because they on DDG's ass, that nigga can't do a motherfucking thing because the whole perception of the whole internet is that they're still together. So you know why DDG had to post this shit? To let everybody know, if eventually you see me take a picture with another woman, even if I have no interest in her, I'm not cheating on this woman that y'all love so much. And I said, God damn. And I told him yesterday, I said, man, it's sad that you gotta let these hordes of obsessed stands over a relationship know that the relationship's over before you could even take a deep breath and try to live your life. He got to put out this statement to live his life while she chilling. She doing her thing. Whatever you think that means. So, seems like at least DDG sending her love and saying everything is cool. I'm actually glad that DDG handled it this way. And by the way, I gave him credit yesterday. I said, bro, I'm glad that you're not being immature. I'm glad that you're not jumping online to say A, B, C, and D. You're not trying to justify. And I'm glad that you guys seemingly are going to have a good relationship. Despite if, who knows, maybe later they get back together. Because again, they're both parents.
It looks like rapper DDG and Little Mermaid actress Halle Bailey have decided to go their separate ways. They also have a child together. And I talked about it before, how some men will weaponize having a child with a woman. Because having a child with a woman is to some men a bigger commitment, because if you divorce him, you don't have to ever see him again. But if you have a child with him, you have to, co-parent, and you have to facilitate visits. And she's a small child. You're going to have to talk to each other. It's like what Offset told Cardi, "You my baby mama, I won." Some men consider this a win. I'm able to be in your life whether you like it or not, and I didn't have to marry you to do it. His response to her success with The Little Mermaid was a serious red flag. When she got the huge opportunity to play the first Black Little Mermaid, instead of him just getting in the background and just being supportive, he was writing diss tracks and making little slick comments about her and her co-star. And there was rumors and speculations about him being in contact with his ex-girlfriend at the time. Like, he almost overshadowed this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for her, because I don't think he could handle that level of success falling on her and not him. Not all men have the emotional bandwidth necessary to thrive in a relationship where the woman, her career takes off before theirs does. The woman is more successful than they are. So I'm not going to say I saw this coming, but I will say there were some red flags.
Hey, it gets to a point where if you're on the internet long enough, you can literally pre-fire what's happening. Was I not right? I told you the whole timeline didn't make sense. You're gonna have a breakup on National Boyfriend Day? That's literally absurd. But I gotta give bro his flowers, because there's a reason why he's been around this long. I've been watching bro for over 6 years. I already knew the method. Where do you think I learned it from? DDG out here moving like Nikocado avocado. I'm always 2 steps ahead. If you haven't been paying attention, DDG went on Twitch and said that all the drama that's going on right now has been planned. And you know who really ate that up? The Shade Room community. I told you in my last video to go back and listen. The IQ of a literal peanut. You really think DDG will break up with Halle? Especially right after having a kid? I gotta give DDG his flowers on this. WDDG in the comments. I'm curious as to what your opinion is on this whole situation. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to drag this video out to over a minute. Normally when I'm done, I'm done. But hey man, I just moved out. I'm trying to get this bag.
This is why Halle and DDG broke up. Having a child with someone will test your relationship to depths that you cannot even imagine. It doesn't matter how locked in both of you were before, how in love you were, whether you were married or single. It will test you. Even if you have money, you're successful, you have a community around you. Why? Because hormones will push the woman to places that she's never been before. I'm not talking about postnatal depression, I'm talking about hormones. A woman's hormones takes 2 years before she gets back to how she was before she was pregnant. And that can really affect a relationship. You have to understand that these are two young people who were so besotted with each other for a long time. Yes, he was throwing shade here and there with Ruby Rose and doing all that stupid stuff because he's a bit of a troll. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really see what Halle saw in him. However, they were happy together and then they decided to procreate and bring Halo. Now we see that it's so hard. Why is it hard? Because having a child with someone just pushes you into becoming someone new. And some people aren't happy with this new version of themselves because they've kind of lost who they were before. What do I mean? Like the man might be more jealous of how affectionate the woman is towards the child and less attention towards him. Or the woman's hormones, once again, really plays a lot of factors into it. Or the woman shows more affection towards the baby and the man feels like he's been abandoned and neglected. Or the woman doesn't seem as fun anymore because her priorities have changed. Or the man doesn't seem as fun anymore because he seems selfish and you're just like, why are you doing this rather than focusing on the child? There's so many reasons. So if you've had a child with someone, really work on your relationship. Don't crack because it's so easy to break up. So easy. That's why most people, when they have a kid, they break up and they remarry someone else. And you're like, why? Because it's so easy to find someone else attractive, someone new. You don't have that animosity towards them. So you always have to work in your relationship. But single women, I will say this, protect your womb. Protect your womb because the guy that you choose to have a baby with, that's the guy you're going to be locked in for life. And getting married is simple because you can get a divorce. Yes, you split the assets, but you keep it moving. But when you have a kid with someone, that's a lifelong generational commitment because both of you have continued the lineage. So just be mindful. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. And I wish Halle and DDG all the best because it happens. People break up, people make up. We keep it moving. So long they co-parent well, that's fine. Don't forget to scroll up if you're a single mom, single mother to Blush and Bright in my bio. Bye, guys.
And I don't care what y'all say, you feel me? DDG is happily announcing this breakup. Like, bro, ever since he's parading this thing like it's the happiest day of his life. Watch, he about to end up right back in Ruby DMs. She about to end up right back in his bed because she was fiending from when they was even together.
If I can tell myself something at age 22, I would tell myself not to get in a relationship because it's like having a part-time job, bro. You really have to apply a lot of time and effort. Like, you might be doing videos all day and your girl get an attitude when you're doing your last video, like, when you gonna take me out to eat? You might get mad, get in an argument. You might not want to film the next day. Might not want to stream the next day. You might not want to go to the studio the next day.
It doesn't matter if you're 22, 32, or 42. You can't expect a relationship to be something that you do part-time. People need you more than just nights and weekends, okay? To be a good partner, you have to show up for that other person every single day. Be willing to listen every single day. Whatever they need, you have to be willing to do that full-time. We all have dreams and aspirations, but if we love our partner and we want our relationship to work, we make time for those people. She's not asking for too much from you to ask you to turn off the game every now and then and spend some time with her, or to take her out every now and then. But the problem is some of you are in relationships, but you don't really like her. The issue is that you want her to make you a priority while you're making her an option. You want her to put you and your career above everything else because that's what you're doing. People like him don't need to be with somebody who has their own dreams and their own goals. They need to be with somebody whose only goal in life is to make sure that you reach yours.